Hey guys, so today I'm going to walk you through how I'm thinking about laddering into this Neo long. So the general idea is to ladder between the 29.7 and 31.26 levels. So let's go to the lowest level first. 29.6 is over here. This is where I expect we may have um, a fake out in terms of trying to break down through this sort of critical and psychological $30 level, whereas we may actually just come right back up, similar to how we did over here. And that will also, of course, be my stop loss. So my stop loss will actually be probably around 29.5. If we break the 29.5 level, then I'll take a stop loss, something like that. The next level, which I'm looking at, is this $30 psychological. So, or just above it, we had a big strong bounce from here at this previous time we hit it. And then the next level is this level where we had the double tweezer bottom candle on the 6 hour here, which is a $31. Again, a nice clean number. And the 31.26, oh yeah, that's because, well, we have, let's see, yeah, we do have the RSI here. So looking at the 6 hour, I'm looking at these two lines over here. So let's see. Yeah, we have a higher high over here. And what I'm assuming is that if we hit, well, what is a fact is that if we hit this $31.26 level over here at the close of this previous candle, this RSI will, unless we tank really hard and immediately just break this support, which I think is unlikely, given how, well, anyway, whether or not we break it, the point is that we're very unlikely to break it, and we're much more likely to either hit that level or come just below it with this RSI, likely reaching a level, very likely reaching a level which is above the 32.1 level over here. In other words, what does that mean? That means that we will have a bullish divergence if and when we either hit this level or go below it. Of course, there is an extremely unlikely scenario whereby this literally just crashes right below this, but for this to happen within the next 2 hours is extremely unlikely. So ladder buy between those levels, as mentioned, and that will give us the entry position at approximately 30.6, because I will have a higher proportion of the buy orders at the lower levels. Take profit. So this is $32 level where the hourly low was lost before. It's also, of course, a slightly clean number, which not really what I was defined as a psychological number, but certainly it's more psychological than, let's say, 31.2 or something. So we have hourly high over here, low, higher. Well, this is not really a higher low. I would say more like this. Actually, no, it is high, low, higher high, and this is just one candle. You could call this a very small sort of higher low movement, but I would generally go with this whole movement over here. So high, low, lower high, lower low. So this is a confirmation of the lower, lower, lower high with this candle over here, closing over here. So we are, of course, in a downtrend in big time frames and also short term time frames. So we're really only looking for a small bounce here. And of course, we also want to look at how Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin crashes hard, then we may want to exit the position early. So that's this. In any case, the reason I brought this up is because this is where we had the last support, which will act as resistance on the way going up. So that's one TP level or take profit level. The next would be the 8 EMA on the 1 hour. So with day trading, we will usually want to look at the 1 hour for take profit levels. And if you look over here, I never know if this is purple or magenta, but it's acted as resistance quite clearly over here, meaning that once we get up, this will be the first line of defense for the bears. Um, so the RSI is oversold on a 15. It is worthy to note that on the hourly it's not oversold, and that's why I'm not entering a position yet. Uh, but yeah, ideally for a long position, you either want to be in a confirmed uptrend or you want to have RSI, which is oversold on the hourly, which we don't have. But as we get towards these levels, the hourly RSI is likely to get, sorry, towards these levels especially, the hourly RSI is likely to reach the 30 level over here. But looking at the 15 minute, you can see that we were oversold. And what I'd be looking for here is for the 15 minute, of course, to become oversold again before entering position. And yeah. So it's important to be patient, and the risk to reward ratio is not fantastic. I mean, it's 1.8, so that's why we really want to be try to get the best price possible. So what are the reasons for taking this position? Otherwise, are that we have strong support at this level, so we can have a tight stop loss. The RSI oversold in 15, mentioned that already. This RSI MACD price trifecta. So if we look over here, oh yeah, and of course we have the Bollinger Band support, not on the hourly, but on the 4 hourly over here, 31. Okay, that's also approximately around the zone at which we're looking to buy. But about this trifecta, this is on the 4 hour. So this is this level over here. So this is what I was mentioning before, that we have this close over here, and the price will, well, if the price goes at the same level, that will be a double bottom. If it closes, of course, I mean, if it closes on this candle at the same level, that will be a double bottom. If it goes lower, then we have the proper definition of bullish divergence, because let's just change this color to purple to be more consistent with the past videos that I've made. But here you see that in this scenario, we will have bullish divergence here, because this will close almost certainly either at or above this level. And again, for bullish divergence, you really want the price to go lower and for this to go higher. But I think that if the price reaches the same level and the RSI is at a higher level, that's close enough. But again, the even more important point I would say is that we see this going up as well. So again, this will very likely, the histogram will be very unlikely to reach below this level, really, I would say, for it to, even when it hits the $30 level. So this again will create this, which will show that the bearish momentum is slowing down. And in general, of course, you can see the bearish momentum has slowed down over here. We had this, generally going up and up and up. Of course, we have a slow downturn over here, but this is sort of around the time where you want to be entering a long position when the bears are running out of steam. So that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, so of course the counterpoints are, as we mentioned before, we're in the 1 hour. So the 1 hour Bollinger Band downtrend signal, just to clarify, is, according to Bollinger Band theory, is that once you've broken through the Bollinger Band and you have a new lower low from the previous low, then you're in a confirmed downtrend. Well, at least you're confirmed to have further downwards price action. So if we look at the Bollinger Band, when we crossed this Bollinger Band with a close, it was more or less over here. You could say it's over there, but that doesn't really close below the previous low. But this closed below the previous low quite clearly, with volume as well, which suggests that we do have some way to go down. And again, that's why I'm not entering a position yet, but I personally would enter a position closer to this, well, averaging out around the $30.2, $30.3 range. Of course, we have the lower lows on the hourly. I mentioned that, the lower lows, lower highs that we lost, which is again a downtrend. But you have to realize that at some point it's going to turn around, and this is kind of what technical analysis is about: is trying to increase use rational thinking and indicators to determine when would be a point at which it's more likely to reverse than it is to go down. So, and of course, that always in mind with the risk to reward ratio and the stop loss. So that's pretty much it for the NEO position. Let's hope it does reach these levels, because if it doesn't, then this has just been a fun intellectual masturbation exercise. But I think it's good to this video. One of the reasons I made it is, well, of course, just to clarify my own position, but secondly is to show you how you really do need to think about when you're entering a position, all the different variants and reasons why it might not be a good idea, and why you are taking that trade, and of course where your stop loss is and what the risk to reward ratio is. You really can't just say, oh, hey, the RSI is oversold, let's buy. Or hey, the RSI is oversold and the MACD is showing bullish divergence, let's buy. You really want to have a clear plan in mind if you want to become a professional trader, which is something I am not, by the way, but I aspire to become one, and I'm very well aware that this type of thinking is what will be needed in order to become one. So yeah, let me know if you learned anything or if you object to anything, and that's pretty much it for me. All right, take care. Bye.